Hello, friends. It's been a long time. The last time I made a couple videos was after I moved out to a new house and I had cut down a tree that was next to the old terrible tennis court that was on the property that I demolished. And I was getting ready to build an external garage slash shop for my woodworking and for my motorcycles. I've since completed that building. Um, I built the whole thing by myself. So it took a little while to do that. I was going to videotape this whole process, but it was becoming tedious. And the last thing I wanted to do when I was sweating and busting my butt trying to build this building by myself was move cameras around and try to get good footage. And so I gave up pretty quick with the idea of making a video of that. However, I took a lot of pictures along the way and we're going to go through them. They're just up on the screen running as I talk, and I'll talk a little bit about it as I go. Suffice to say, this was the craziest project I've ever done. Um, I had a lot of knowledge already about how to build structures, but there were a few things that I hadn't done before, like vinyl siding and shingles. But to be honest with you, I watched some YouTube videos and I was able to do it without too much problem. Um, the thing that stalled me the most was working with the local electrical department. The inspector was great, but the engineers, they gave me some conflicting information depending on who I was talking to, and slowed me down a lot because they wanted to look at it multiple times. And they told me to do a couple things. I ended up having to take a lot of conduit that I bought back, get some different conduit. But eventually I got that done. They came out, were satisfied. They plugged up the power. I just ran a 200 amp panel um, and wired all this myself. It was not a difficult process. It took a while, but it wasn't too difficult. Putting the trusses on the building was by far the most difficult thing to do by myself. But I got it done. I made it happen. And it was very satisfying to complete this. Um, I kind of did it how I wanted it. And, I put walls in that were plywood so I could hang things up wherever I wanted to. I didn't go crazy on the windows, but I did go crazy on the outlets. You can see on the video right here that I have a good amount of circuits on this, but um, there are outlets at normal um, 16, 18 inch. I can't remember exactly where I put them. And then the rest are countertop height, but they're every 6 feet. So I think there was a total of 37 outlets in this building, but I really hate when I'm looking to find an outlet and I have to get an extension cord or try to do um, something like that to try to make things work. Oh, there's my stepdaughter playing in the rain for some weird reason. But this is nearing completion. I painted it. We had the house painted and black, kind of a black and white. And so I painted the garage. Well, I used white vinyl, but I painted the same black that was on the house on the garage doors and the door for this building to kind of make it all match. Working with this insulation was pretty nasty business also, but in fact, it was probably the part I liked the least out of doing all this. But in the end, it's a 30 by 40 garage. There's plenty of room. I haven't filled up that much of it. I mean, I filled up a decent amount of space with it, but there's still plenty of room to kind of work. And that's great. I wanted to have something I could grow into, or if I want to store stuff in there, there's plenty of room to do stuff like that. So I know I said I would make a long video about the build, but again, I didn't feel like lugging the camera around and doing all that stuff. There is a mini split in here for heating and cooling. And I've made a few projects in here so far. I've videoed them. And so I've got those queued up for videos. I got to do the voiceovers for them, but I'll have a few videos coming up very soon. So I'd like to get back in the groove of doing videos again as I'm doing projects, building things for around the house and building things for friends and this kind of stuff. So expect to see a few videos coming up pretty soon. I'm not going to wait another 2 years or whatever to make videos. So again, expect to see some of those coming up pretty soon. I'm just happy to be back. I'm happy to have my shop ready. It was very frustrating to not have a place to do anything. There were a lot of projects that I had to do on the actual house, and they aren't really woodworking projects. So I didn't film any of those and make videos out of them. If anybody is interested in watching how-to videos, DIY, that kind of stuff that are non kind of wood projects, let me know. I will do those if people are interested in that. This is an old-ish house, and we're constantly updating and upgrading things in the house. And I try to do almost everything I possibly can by myself because I don't like paying people to do things if I don't have to. So I will do that if everybody wants to do that. But otherwise, I'm going to go back to doing normal projects. I did make a new assembly table for in here. And I filmed it because I was planning on making a video, but I lost some footage. There's the table right there. I lost some footage, and so I lost just enough to where it wouldn't make a coherent video. So I might do a video about the table in general, just so I can show you, because I really like it. It came out well, and it's worked great for me so far. I kept my workbench that I have been using in all my old videos, and I use it as kind of an assembly space. Like if I'm doing a glue up or something, I'll put it over there on that table so I can continue to work on the new assembly table. But I just filmed this today. This is the most set up and complete it has been to this point. There's my old dust collector that's for sale. If anybody wants it, call me. You'll have to come to my house in East Tennessee, but I am trying to get rid of that. So, but here you go. My motorcycles are on the right side. There's my two assembly tables. Same old sander. I built a table for my jointer and planering. I'm going to have a video about that. And I built a table for my slide out drill press. And I've got a video about that as well. So it's the same miter station. I just moved it into this new garage, but this workspace has been great so far. I'm still tweaking. Nobody's shop is ever complete. But it's coming along great. And again, the workflow is pretty good. I like it a lot. It's great to have so much more space than I had in my regular 2-car garage in my old house. So very excited to have this. Thanks so much for showing up and watching this. Again, I got videos coming up soon, so look forward to them. And I hope everyone is doing great. You all are the best, and I appreciate all the support you've given me in the past. I hope to make some videos that you really like. And I'll see you very soon. Everybody have a good day. Thanks. Bye.